Back, everybody. So my next movie review for you is Batman Returns. So in this second installment, we get to see Michael Keaton return as Bruce Wayne and Batman. We also see Danny DeVito as the Penguin. We also get to see Michelle Pfeiffer as Selena Kyle and Catwoman, which is to me is just fucking hot even still to this day. We also got Christopher Walken as Max Schreck, plus many, many others. So the second installment, which is again directed by Tim Burton, what do I honestly think? I do actually really enjoy this movie. I do not enjoy it as much as the first Batman, but I still very much enjoy this movie. Okay, yes, it follows some very dark tones in this, and it's something that I enjoy in this Batman universe. Again, Batman is a dark, brooding person. I like this kind of side of it. You know, we got Batman Forever and we got Batman and Robin, which are a bit more comic book ish, which just completely destroys these first two movies to me. Um, Performances, the way this was shot in this, which I'm going to get into, I'm going to just go on the way this feels, the way it looks in this movie. I generally like this as well. I like this kind of retro kind of feel they have with this, especially with the design of Gotham. Well, actually, the design in Gotham in here is slightly different. To be fair, it's got this more of a modern kind of feel to it, but it still carries those kind of retro kind of feel to it as well. I do generally like what they did here. I like most of the set designs in this as well. Some of the, uh, some of the set designs in this are absolutely fantastic. There are things I don't like about this movie, I say, as much as the first one. I'm not a huge fan of the suit in this one, to be fair. And Bruce Wayne and Batman, or Michael Keaton, I do generally enjoy him in this, to be fair. But by far, probably the best character out of the whole of this movie is probably Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. And yes, okay, there is a little bit of a crush there, I'm not going to lie, but she was absolutely fucking hot. And she nailed this Catwoman, to be fair. There hasn't been a Catwoman since her which has even come close, and I don't think there'll ever be a Catwoman which will ever come close to her. Okay, because what she did here was just very, very seductive. It's very, very sexy, but yet you get that sense that she is struggling with her own kind of thoughts, that kind of anti-hero kind of thing. She wants to do good, but there's also that bad side to her as well, because of the way she was. I generally liked her character in this. I really, really did. I'm going to go on to Bruce Wayne and Batman. Again, like I said, I just a minute ago, I did actually enjoy his performance in this. I'm not a huge fan of the suit. I generally, I know what they were doing. They were changing things up and all that kind of stuff. I generally like what they're doing here. We get another love interest, as in Selena Kyle for Bruce Wayne, but Batman in this one has to try and fight a villain which is not going to use a huge amount of fighting, but more of his brain, or that kind of sadistical, kind of scheming kind of brain, which you do get to see that it presents a little bit of a challenge for Batman, but he basically overcomes it. And I liked what they were doing. I really, really did. It just his performance in this one is not on the same par as the first one. That's just my own personal opinion. It's just this is what I feel. Now going on to the villain, as in Danny DeVito as the Penguin, I actually generally liked his casting as the Penguin. I think he plays it really, really well. He is this very, very sordid, sadistical kind of sex crazed maniac in a way, and I think they nailed it really, really well. It's a real dark, dark kind of villain in this, darker than probably the Joker, and I think he played it really, really, really well. I know there's some people that didn't like him as the Penguin, but for me personally, I think it's actually really, really good. And you get another great origin story to it. Excuse me, origin story to him as well, and how he become this, why he's become like this. And I generally like what they did with this character. I like what they did with all the characters in here. To be fair, they all got their role, they all got their part, and there are. Yeah, I just don't enjoy this movie. I do not hate this movie in any way, shape, or form. Okay, I just don't enjoy it as the first one. I don't enjoy it as much as the first one. Other things in this movie I generally like. I do like the fight sequences. In this one, Michael Keaton is a little bit more involved, is a little bit more physical in this second installment, which I think was needed, and I think it's played off really, really well. You get to see him fight, even though he hasn't got that physical kind of stature to him, he still pulls this off quite well. Gotham is pretty much used to Batman being around now or helping them. And in this one, he does get set up a little bit to make him look like the bad guy, which is kind of what I expected in this second installment anyway. It's, I wouldn't say that this storyline is predictable. It is in a way, to be fair. If you've never seen this, it wouldn't take a lot to figure it out. Essentially, it is a Batman movie, and you know that Batman's going to win. It's just a case on how. And the fact that the villain in this is just got a big, big revenge mission against Gotham. Just against Gotham, not against Batman, just against Gotham. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. I really, really do. Like I said, he's this kind of sordid, sex crazed kind of maniac, which I think really, really works when they team up. When he teams up with kind of like the Catwoman, even though she is the anti-hero, she wants to do good, but yet she has this big thing against Batman as well. I think it just works really, really well. I really, really do. Like I said, I don't enjoy it as much as the first one, but to me, this is a very, very good watch. And I forgot to mention this in the Batman 1989 review. This also carries one of the best soundtracks ever. I love the soundtrack to these movies as well. That opening sequence as well, when it's down in the sewer, I just think it's absolutely fantastic in every single way. I got a lot of love for this movie. I don't enjoy it as much as the first Batman, but there is still quite a fair bit in here which I really, really enjoy. I'm not a fan of the suit as such. That's probably the one thing I dislike about this movie. I just didn't enjoy the suit as much, to be fair. That's about it. I still enjoyed it. It is a little bit predictable, but then again, like I said, it is a Batman movie, and it's an appreciation review. If I was to review it, and it's exactly the same with the Batman, it would be 10 out of 10 for me, because these are the first two Batman movies I ever watched, and they will always hold. I will always hold a lot of love for these first two movies. The next two, when I review them, will be slightly different reviews. I have to admit, I'm probably gonna have a lot of fun with one of them, but to me, Batman is my favorite hero. You can see it from there. I watch videos most days about Batman. I'm keeping a very close eye on the new Batman movie, which is coming along, and people that are being cast for this movie, and generally, because I know that they're casting for the Penguin at the moment. We've also got Two-Face in this new movie, and I'm just going to be really, really interested to see what the new Catwoman is going to be like as well, to see if they're on the same power as Michelle Pfeiffer, or they're just going to do something completely different. It's going to be really, really interesting in the next year or so to see how this goes, and I'm generally really looking forward to it. So, go back onto this one. Please tell me what you think. So, on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. As normal, I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care, and goodbye.